and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Albert Castiglia.
I just got one thing to say. Let's go Panthers. That's all I got to say.
Working out day in the sun. Big boss man got a big shotgun. Take my shovel, cut off my big toe. If I can't walk, I won't have word no more. Watching every little move I make, counting every little rock I break. Oh baby, think I'm gonna take it slow. Won't have a word no more. Scars on my ankles from when the chains been hanging down. Tired of dragging these chains all across the ground. Take my shovel, cut out my big toe. If I can't walk, I won't have words no more. Got a feeling I'll be back again. Take my shovel, cut out my big toe. If I can't walk, I won't have to. If I can't walk, I won't have to. If I can't walk, I won't have to work no more. No more. No more. No more.
much. It's good to be home. It's great to be back home. I miss home a lot. I live in Palm Bay, Florida now, which is not a bad thing. I like where I live, but I miss my friends. We're in Palm Bay. Palm Bay, yeah. It's Snow Welted Manors. I know, that's exactly why I moved. It rained one night a couple of years ago. It was starting to get really expensive to live there. And my wife's like, oh, it's all right. We'll be all right. And then we had this rainstorm. It rained for a day. And she drove over what she thought was a puddle. And it turned out to be a new man-made lake. And she had to get a new car. And that writing was on the wall. But I do miss my friends. And I miss the food. The food down here is awesome. Believe me. But and I miss coming to this place. So give it up for the wonderful staff here at the Funky Biscuit. We're gonna. It's great. It's been a great run this year. We got me and Mike Zito have been going on the road with Bill Murray, which has been good. He loved the band and he decided he wanted to just join the band. And if Bill Murray wants to join your band, you let him join your band. The pay scale goes up just a little bit. Like if it's Blood Brothers, okay, we make pretty good bread with the Blood Brothers. But when it's Bill Murray and his Blood Brothers, shit. Pretty awesome. We're playing Red Rocks in a couple of weeks. With some of y'all are gonna be there. We're playing with Big Head Todd and the Monsters and Warren Haynes. So. But this is ACB night tonight, so we're going to do some stuff from our most recent CDs, of our past CDs. I want to dedicate this song to y'all. It's been a staple of mine. It's the song that catapulted me to the middle. It's a song about puppy dogs. You ready? 1, 2, 3. It's funny, we moved into an HOA in Palm Bay, and then we've been there a year, and it's been cool. And there are these kids across the street with a band, and they've been playing in the garage, and we got this chat room in our neighborhood, and some old alta-cocker was complaining about the noise. They're like, oh, these kids, they're making all this noise and all this stuff, and I don't normally chime in on those things, but I said, hey, can I come over and jam? Just to piss them off, you know. Lay said, I can't sunbathe, you know, I cherish my Saturdays. These kids, they play 5 hours once a week. And they could be robbing your house or having sex with your daughter. Why don't you cut them some slack, you know? So we went over there. So my wife and I walked over there. We were on the way to go somewhere, and they were playing. So we went to go see the band, and they looked at me, and they went. And I said, hey, man, I live across the street. I'm Albert. I said, I know who you are. We follow you on Instagram. And I said, great. He goes, can we play Let the Big Dog Eat with you? And we said, yeah, turn that shit up. Let's go. Now I'm on the HOA shit list with them. It's awesome. Yes. Screw those condo commandos. Okay. So we're going to do some songs from my I Got Love album. And I won a Blues Music Award a few years ago for Blues Rock Album of the Year. Sadly, I did not win this year. Mike Zito won, though, which I'm very happy. Put out a great album, and he deserves it. And I have 5 of them, so he could have one. It's okay. But this is for him. I love him very much. I Got Love. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I lost it all for what it lasted, and I had a ball. Then close to riding with kings and queens. Now month to month, things got me. I got enough. That's enough. I got enough. I got enough. With a bad hand, you. I said it. You can take the kid out of Miami, but you can't. ¿Qué pasa, Cere? Oye, ¿qué pasó? So we're going to do some songs from our latest record, my 3-time losing record. Yes, I'm not bitter. I'm kidding. It's an album I'm quite proud of. Righteous Souls was a great record, and we got a lot of good friends to play on it. Joe Bonamassa played on it, and Papa Chubby. That means more to me than anything. The fact that these guys took their time. They're much more successful than I am, and much wealthier, richer than I am. They got a lot going on. Kingfish played on the record, and they cannot. They can't play better than me. I'm not a marketable entity, you know. I'm 55 years old, you know, and I'm 55, baby. But it's a great record. I got my daughter on it, which was awesome. She played on the song with Kingfish, and she's wonderful. Except I moved up there to be near them, and now the kids are teenagers now, and they don't want to have anything to do with me. Now the kids, little shits, they don't want to have anything to do with me. My granddaughter had a recital last week, and nobody informed me, and I had to find out on Facebook, of course, through my baby mama's page that she had a recital, and I wasn't invited. Yeah, that pissed me off. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking her off this album. On the next batch of records, I'm going to remix it, and I don't know, maybe get Al Poliak to sing on it or something, and call it the Al Poliak mix. That's how pissed off I am that I didn't get to go to my granddaughter's recital. It's okay. This is a song called The Nitty Gritty. It's by a great blues man by the name of Luther Snakeboy Johnson. We hope you like it. Here you go. A one, a two, you know what you do. Told me you love me, you told me a lie. I won't forget you won't until the day I die. Get on down to the real nitty gritty. You don't know what you're doing, woman, you might as well forget. Early in the morning, before I rise, you're lying there staring at me with them bloodshot eyes. Get on down to the real nitty gritty. You don't know what you're doing, woman, you might as well forget. Get on down, get on down, get on down, get on down, get on down to the real nitty gritty. You don't know what you're doing, woman, you might as well forget.
baby, baby, you don't love me no more. I really want to stay, but I think I better go. Get on down, down to the real nitty gritty. You don't know what you're doing, woman, you might as well. Get on down, 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 down to the real nitty gritty. You don't know what you're doing, woman, you might as well forget it. Thank you very much. We're gonna do a Junior Wells song for you now. It's on the new album. I would like to thank my friend Gloria Pierce for coming. If she hadn't been around, if she wasn't for her, I would not have met Junior Wells, and she hatched out a plan apparently to get me to get me on stage with him. She hatched it out. It doesn't surprise me because she's a very devious woman. And it doesn't surprise me that she had something to do with that happening. But I'm glad she was, their deviousness worked on my side for a change. And I love you, and I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad we're still around to pay homage to this great man that gave me a break, and I haven't looked back since. So this is my favorite Junior Wells song this week. It changes every week. And it's called Come On In This House, and it goes like this. No need for you stand around crying, 'cause your crying won't ease your mind. I'm begging you, I'm begging you to come on in this house. Yes, this old house. You hear me holler? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I love you so. If I had $1 million, I'd give you every dime. Just to hear you call me daddy one more time. I'm begging you, I'm begging you to come on in this house. Yes, this old house. You hear me holler? Whoa! blame. Thank you. I got another woman. You can have your other man. I'm begging you. I'm begging you to come on in this house. Yes, this old house. Yeah, me holler. Whoa, yeah, 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 yeah. I love you so.
We're going to do the song that my daughter sang on the record, and it's a Bo Diddley song. And I love Bo Diddley, and my daughter picked the song out, which I think is very cosmic, serendipitous kind of thing, because my dad and I bonded over Bo Diddley once. Buster, yep, look at old Buster. We butted heads a lot over the years, but this was a chance for me to really come through for him. We were on a blues cruise with Junior Wells, and it was in '97, and it was a big cruise. It was called the Ultimate Rhythm and Blues Cruise, and Irma Thomas was on it, and who else was on there? Junior Wells, of course. Bo Diddley was on the bill, and Ronnie Earl. And so my dad was dropping me off at the port of Miami, and he said, "Hey, you think you could get me a Bo Diddley autograph?" And I said, "Yeah, definitely. It's my chance to come through here. I could do this." So we get on the cruise, and halfway through the cruise, there's an autograph session. And I get to the Bo Diddley booth, and there's a sign that says, "Bo Diddley autograph, $25. It was a lot of money back in 1997. So I got out of the line. I went up to my cabin, and I grabbed a piece of paper, and I scribbled Bo Diddley on it. And I gave it to my dad when I got off the ship. And he loved it. He loved it. He cried and shit. I found out that day that I was his favorite. That was awesome to know. And he's leaving me everything. Yeah. It was one of those taster's choice moments. And then my sister ratted me out and told him that it was a fugazi, and now I'm back to being the black sheep of the family. I've gotten over it. You can't judge an apple by looking at the tree. You can't judge the honey by looking at the bee. You can't judge a sister by looking at the brother. You can't judge a book by looking at the cover. Oh, can't you see? You misjudge me. I look like a farmer, but I'm a lover. You can't judge a book by looking at the cover. You can't judge a sugar by looking at the cane. You can't judge a woman by looking at her man. You can't judge a daughter by looking at the mother. You can't judge a book by looking at the cover. Oh, can't you see? You misjudge me. I look like a farmer, but I'm a lover. You can't judge a book by
fish by looking at the pond. You can't judge a right by looking at the wrong. You can't judge one by looking at the other. You can't judge a book by looking at the cover. Oh, can't you see? You misjudge me. I look like a farmer, but I'm a lover. You can't judge a book by looking at the cover. We're gonna do a Buddy Guy song for you now. That's on the new, on the latest album, and we're gonna feature this wonderful rhythm section on the bass from Kansas City, Missouri, Mr. Cliff Moore. On the drums from Buffalo, New York, Mr. Ray Hagen. I must say, as a musician, it's a joy to have them in the band. As a Miami Dolphins fan, it absolutely sucks. When my appendix burst last year in September, I came out of it, the surgery, and it was the day I came out of the surgery was the day that the Dolphins played Buffalo on Monday night. It was a Thursday night, and Tua forgot how to slide and then got the concussion. And you were supposed to be there for that day, but I got sick. We had to cancel our tour. When I got well enough to go back on tour, he came down to stay with me. And what was the next game up? They played Buffalo in Buffalo, and I lost. And when he joined the band, he came and visited me on the first day he moved to Florida. They played Kansas City in England and just massacred. We got massacred. Just want you to know that I really love you guys on a musical level. I didn't say anything else.
Hagen on the drum. Cliff Moore on the bass, y'all. Take it. No, don't give it to him. Give it to me. That's my pay. That's the pay. Yeah, I'll take it. Look at it, Chuck Berry your ass and ask for it earlier today. Chuck Berry had to get paid in cash. He had to put it in a suitcase, and then he'd have somebody look out for it. And as soon as he played, he didn't no meet and greet, no shit. He got in his caddy and he hauled ass. So it really is a pleasure to have Ray in this band. Ray played drums for this wonderful artist by the name of Sean Costello. He was just the best, amazing artist. And Ray played on his last 3 albums. And the last album he put out before he died was called "We Can Get Together." It was one of my favorite albums of all time. It's just an incredible studio effort, a lot of great, heartfelt, painful songs, and there's one in particular that he did that haunted me, and after his passing, I recorded the song. It was called "Have You No Shame," and other than Ray played drums on that record, and my drummer Bob Amzell at the time, he did a great job on it, but I could never find anybody that could really do that song justice other than Bob and this gentleman here who actually played on the song. So I'm really lucky to have him, and it made me want to bring back the song. So we're going to do it for you tonight, and we'll dedicate it to Sean. I saw you last night under them parking lot lights all wrapped up in somebody else's arms. Through the shadows I could see, and the way it looked to me is you had a hard time resisting all his charms. Have you no shame? Have you no shame? Have you no shame? Have you no shame?
never did amount to very much. Will the weather ever be the same? I can't see the teardrops for the rain, and my heart hurt. It hurt to the touch. Have you no shame? Have you no shame? Have you no shame? Have you no shame? I saw you last night, I saw you under them parking lot lights all wrapped up in somebody else's arms. The silence between the thunder, but it gets quiet before the storm. At the edge of this love hangover, why do I keep hanging on? Have you no shame? Have you no shame? No shame, no shame. Have you no shame? Have you no shame? Yo! Hey, Ray Hagen on drums. Oh, I'm gonna switch guitars for you now. Pardon me. Yes, I'm gonna play a Fender. Sorry, I'm not like Zito. I don't have an au pair boy to hand me stuff around and shit like that. You know, he's like Bill Murray. I can't get him on the phone. And so I don't bother him. And then he just texted me today, "What's the matter? You don't love me? You haven't told me you don't call me." Anyway, a friend of mine gave me this guitar. I always wanted one like this. And my good friend Leif gave this to me, and I wanted to thank you for this beautiful gift. And I'm playing this for you. I knew you were coming. So I wanted to play this as a tribute to you and your generosity. And I'm using it for slide tonight, so we're going to do a couple of slide tunes.
left my slide at home, but I got one of these. I used to fill these up quite a bit back in the day. I don't drink these days. I just do drugs. Less calories. And we're going to do a song I wrote for a young blues musician who had been playing 6 months at the time and he was pissed off that he wasn't famous yet. And I felt like I could relate to what he was going through because I've been doing this 30 years. And when you put both our resumes together, that adds up to 30 and a half years of experience. So I felt a genuine empathy for him. I'm an empath, in case you hadn't noticed. I take people's pain and I internalize it, and I just feel for these people when they have pain. But luckily for me, I have the gift of music to create an outlet for me to alleviate the pain that I feel for them. So I wrote this song for him out of love, and it's called "Get Your Ass in the Van." It was originally entitled "Get Your Ass in the Van," but the title was too long, and I didn't want to mess with the FCC.
Get your ass in the van. Get your ass in the van. Get your sorry ass in the van. Get your punk ass in the van. This ain't a man getting that up. Ain't no deals being made at the crossroads. Do an Elmore James song for you while I got this thing tuned in D.
safety meeting when I told the story? What happened? I said, my friend gave it to me. I don't need to be reminded. We're going to do a song, another Junior Wells song. It's on the new album, on the latest album. It's called I Shoulda Did What My Mama Told Me To. It's a song I could relate to because my parents and my mother in particular had higher aspirations for me than this. They wanted me to... Esther, that's right, Esther. That's right, good old Esther. This thing take a crap. They wanted, when I was a kid, they wanted me to get into banking, so they swung me a job at Barnett Bank. That's how long ago this was, Barnett. And I got a peak time job as a teller, working at the Museum Tower office in downtown Miami. And I was there a few months. It didn't work out. I kept coming up short every day. I don't know why. I don't know. You know? And so that didn't work out. And I still went to college and went to Miami-Dade, and then I transferred to UCF, but I still played. And played in this great band called the Miami Blues Authority. And yes. It was a great band. I learned so much from that band. And so I went to the UCF, so I was only 3 hours from home. So I'd do the gig, I'd do the school thing, and then like every other weekend I would drive down and we play all kinds of interesting places in Miami and South Dade in particular. South Dade there's some really weird joints down there, and but I learned a lot from those guys. But I kept doing it. I kept playing. I went to college and I kept playing. I graduated from UCF and I went to work at the welfare office, at the state of Florida welfare office in Miami. There was a big need for workers because Hurricane Andrew had hit. And so I took the job with them, and I still played, and I would play nights and get up the next morning and go to work, you know, and spray some Banaka in my mouth and go to work. That's what we did. Because that's how we used to do it back in the day. Now you got these millenniums and these Gen Zers now. They party too hard and they have to take a sick day. Well, we don't do that. We didn't do that shit in the 80s and 90s. We get all plastered. Hell yeah, we get utterly shit-faced, and then we go spray that and go right to work the next morning. That's right, Banaka, baby. Hello, this is Albert Castiglia speaking. How may I help you? And that's what I did. I did that grind for a while, and then I got the job with Junior Wells, and then my parents were like, okay, well, maybe he's serious at this. And then I did that for a while, and then Junior got sick, and I stayed in Chicago, and then I wound up coming home, and I started my own thing, and that was a bit of a struggle. And my parents were like, well, you should go back to the welfare office. And I'm like, no, I don't think I'm going to go back to the welfare office. I'm going to keep doing this. And I stuck it out, and now I'm doing pretty well, which is great. I just want to make something very clear, though. I would not have gotten here without the wavering support of my parents. Thanks, guys. Wavering support. Told me to. Lord, I should have been dead, just like
told me to. I wouldn't have to work, and I wouldn't have to sing the blues. Just like the old folks say, you gotta reap just what you sow. Just like the old folks say, you gotta reap just what you sow. Now, disobedient child, just don't live too long. We got some requests. I got to do some requests here. And a friend of mine named Greg Shaw is in the house. And he's a good buddy of mine. And he was a great drummer. He played with some heavy bands down in Miami back in the day. And he actually introduced me to Norman Harris at Norm's Guitars in L.A. He said, call him. I said, man, I don't want to bother him, man. He gonna, you know. And then
I resisted calling him. I had his number. Greg gave me his number, but I saved it, but I never used it. And then we played in L.A. A few months ago, and I said, let's go to Norman's and I'm going to go introduce myself to Norman. And I walked in, and there was a ton of people in the place because it's a mecca for guitars, and everybody buys guitars there, and it's an amazing place. And I go in there, and I get ready to walk up to Norman, and Norm looks at me, and he goes, Albert, get over here, and he gives me this big hug, and he kept going on and on about you, Greg. He loves you to pieces. And he said, you want to do some videos? And we did 3 videos. We played 3 songs, and man, they get a lot of airplay. They got a lot of views and stuff. And then he took us to lunch, and he paid for it, which is awesome. Because the band leader, hey, we always are paying for shit, paying for everything. I didn't get to pay this time. So it was a great night. So a great day overall, and the least I could do is do the song he wants me to do for him. Loan me a dime. Pick this one.
You to call my old time. Somebody loan me a dime. Need to call my old time. Used to be a little girl's been gone so long. You know it's worrying me. I know she was a good girl. At that time I just did not understand. I know she was a good girl. At that time I just did not understand. Somebody better loan me that dime. I need a helping hand. just like a baby all night long. You know I cry just like a baby all night long. Somebody better long than that. I need my baby right here long. That was fun. Let's do that one again. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Celebration. Yeah, we're gonna do celebration. Been doing this song a lot lately for my sister. She had been battling metastatic breast cancer for the last year, but she's doing very well now. I knew she would because she, number one, my mom had it. She beat it twice. And quite frankly, but also my sister is like the meanest person I know. So she probably scared it out of her. It probably just went scurrying out her butt. You know. She's tough, man. She teaches middle school in Miami, and it's tough. Yeah, man. She keeps a ruler in her left hand and a .38 pistol in her right. That's why she don't fuck around. She don't mess around. Florida. When she taught in Norland once, she taught at Norland Middle School, and I was living in Fort Lauderdale. She called me and she goes, "Can you do me a favor? You can go down to Coral Gables to my house and pick up my spare keys. Somebody stole the keys to my car." And it was I was like, some kid stole the keys to her. So she's tough, man. She's tough. And she still does it. She loves them punk-ass kids, and she just, she's a trooper. And she went through all this and still tried to work as much as she could, and raising my special needs nephew. She is the toughest person I know. She really is. So I'm gonna keep doing this song for her because I just admire the hell out of it. And it's a song about living life to the fullest and not half-stepping it. And it's a song by my good friend, Mr. Graham Drought, and it's called Celebration. 1, 2, 3. days and I don't know when. Gonna find that love we lost all over again. I believe in magic in mysterious ways. I know there's bound to be better days. On that day when the bell don't ring, the sun don't shine and the birds don't sing. But when I don't raise a hand, knowing this love we lost is ours again. These are the days of celebration. These are the days. These are the days of celebration. These are the days. Don't came along to ask me what's this all about. Once made a wish, but I couldn't blow all the candles out. I know someday we all gonna make it home. Trying to find a bit of roses and rolling fields of stone. The train's at the station, but nobody wants to ride. Can't find my own true love and I can't be satisfied. One of these days we won't have to jump and shout. Won't have to blow all the candles out. These are the days of celebration. These are the days. These are the days of celebration. These are the days. In my pockets, I leaned up against the glass. Thought to myself, all this too shall pass. Got no lucky number, just the next roll of the dice. Some days burn like fire, some melt like blocks of ice. On that day when the sun don't rise, I sit and wonder, my, who raise that flag and ring that bell. These are the days we'll remember well. These are the days of celebration. These are the days of celebration. These are the days of celebration. These are the days. Hey! These are the days. 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 These are the days.
Thank you so much. I got to listen to an interview by Derek Trucks. He was doing this great podcast. Rick Beato does this guitar podcast. And he had Derek Trucks on, and a few months ago I was listening to him. And he was talking about when he joined the Allman Brothers, that they turned him on to John Coltrane. And so, I started revisiting some Coltrane, and I listened to this live at Birdland. It was him and McCoy Tyner on piano, on keyboards, and Elvin Jones on drums. And it was amazing, and it explained perfectly how the Allman Brothers came to be. So I started playing it for the band while we were on tour, and they were liking what they were hearing. And we started messing around with Coltrane at the sound checks, and it started to sound pretty good. So I just said, "Hey, why don't we just do it on our show?" So we're gonna do some Coltrane for you now, and this is a song called Afro Blue, and it goes like this, huh? thanked. I want to thank the state of Florida and their medical marijuana program for that last guitar solo. Yes. Thank you, Northern Lights and Rick Simpson Oil. I'm kidding. Yes, I am. I'm kidding. Hey. I know when to clock in and clock out. I'll tell you. If I did that stuff when I was playing, the place would be gone. It's like, this is bullshit. This guy thinks he's jamming. I'm leaving. But that was a lot of fun. Thank you for indulging us on that one. Give it up for the wonderful staff here at the Funky Biscuit. Show them some love. Take care of them. I see the Panthers are up 2-1. That's good. Yeah. I don't know why people complain about Florida. Oh, Florida's not a real hockey town. You know, we got more Canadians on this team than the entire population of Toronto right now. So I don't know what they're talking about. What do you want to do now? We got time for one more. We want to thank you all for coming out. Thank you so much. It's been great. We had such a great time, and I know the band had a great time. Give it up for my good friend, Mr. Cliff Moore, on the bass. On the drums, Mr. Ray Hagen. We're going to close out with a Freddie King song for you. By the way, Neil Young? Well, this isn't the Blood Brothers. We don't do that song. We don't play it like Karen Carpenter, man. They're like, you got to hit that shit, Ray. Ray's playing the drums like Karen Carpenter. Like David. No, that's not how you... No, we're doing Freddie King. We got CDs and vinyl for sale. We also have T-shirts tonight. We got T-shirts available, finally. I got these really cool T-shirts. Popular demand. People kept nagging me, convention about it. You don't have any T-shirts. And could you please make them in white because it's too hot? I said, okay, so I had white T-shirts made. And then I debuted them last week. And then somebody bitched. This lady came up to me and said, I can't wear a white T-shirt. My bra will show through the shirt. So I went and bought some black T-shirts. Now we have black T-shirts. Now you have choices. I suggest coming to the gig next time in white and shedding the bra, leaving the bra at home. That's what I say. It's too hot for a bra anyway. Give it up for Jeff doing the sound, y'all. All right, you don't have to break shit. So yeah, it's a good idea. Let's close. That's a great idea, you know. I got friends of mine that they left Miami. They fled Miami to move to Delray Beach, and they stomped their passport. They got their passport stamped at the Broward County border, and everything went well. They were asked to leave. They were asked to self-deport to Palm Beach County, and they love it. They love it, right? You love it? You love it up in Palm Beach now. Well, they go way. I go way back with them, over 30 years, and I just covered a song that my very first that I used to play with my very first band, and I want to play it for them. Cindy and Roger, this is for you. I love you guys. This is for you. Thanks for coming to the show, and you might remember this one. I don't know. It's a song by Luther's guitar Junior Johnson, and it's a song called "You Was Wrong." 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. Don't forget why we got that weekend off. Yo, thank you.